Okay folks, today we're making Roseanne Barr's MAID RITE loose meat sandwiches. And I made these before and the kids asked for them this morning. So we're going to be making them. Let's see if I can zoom it in. Now, I like using 7822 hamburger because fat is where the flavor is. If you want a healthy snack, just eat a non-saltine cracker. But we're gonna just do now. I like to use that, but this is 80-20, so I added just a touch of veggie oil to it. So I want you guys to see this recipe. So we got about 1.5 pounds. You should use 2 pounds, but I got about 1.5 pounds of burger, just burger here of your choice. Like I said, if you use the 80-20, just add a little bit of oil to it. Just a little bit, maybe a tablespoon. And then if you don't, then use that 78-22. I don't have any of that. I wish I did. Okay, so we're gonna brown this up, but I want to show you, and now Linda did one and she used a potato masher to get this hamburger ground up. So in here I put 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup of water, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. Okay, and here is 1.5 pounds of ground beef of your choice. And then in here I have the beef bouillon cube. You can use 1 beef bouillon cube. I used 2 tablespoons of the beef bouillon powder. So either way, but just 1 cube if you have it. I have 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in here. I have, let's see here, I believe that's it. Yeah, that's all I have in here. And that's my dry and wet. And then I got probably 1/4 cup of onions that I'm going to add to it. I cut these up yesterday. So you don't have to add the onions. You can use dehydrated onions. So we're going to go ahead and brown this up. Get it as fine as you can. You don't want like lumpy meat in there. Okay, and we'll be back. Okay, excuse my stove. I'm going to scrub that out with not a Brillo pad, but I might use the Brillo pad. Magic eraser. Okay, so to this, now the original recipe does not call for mushrooms, but we love mushrooms. So we're going to add some mushrooms to it. I've got so many canned up, but I love canning mushrooms because I think I'm going to start doing pints instead of the jelly jars, because it's just, mushrooms are a staple. And I did forget to tell you that we're going to add 1 tablespoon of mustard. So, alright. So, and I added the onions already. So that was 1/4 cup onions. So if you want to write this recipe down, it's 1 cup of water, 1/4 cup of onion. You can dice them small if you wish. 1 beef bouillon cube, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, and then 1 tablespoon of mustard. Mustard is a must. Mustard is a must. I may even add a little bit more mushrooms to this, because the meat don't seem like a lot. Normally I'd use 2 to 3 pounds and then just double the recipe. So that's, you know, if I'm using 2 pounds, I'll double the recipe. If I'm using 3, I'll just put a hint more of mostly everything. Use your own judgment. And then later you want to taste and see if there's actually enough salt in there. If there's not, just add a little bit of salt. I'm going to add some more mushrooms. I might add this whole thing here. because it'll almost be like a mushroom loose meat sandwich. We love mushrooms. Mushroom is a staple in this home. Probably in most homes, they love mushrooms. A lot of people just don't like the flavor of them. You can add just, if it's not salty enough, just a tad bit of anchovy paste. That's really, really good in it. A lot of people say, ooh, anchovies? No, it's all for flavor. Alright, now we're going to add our liquid. And I told you guys what that was. Add that in there. We're going to add our dry ingredients. And just mix this up, and we're going to simmer it for probably an hour. But I'm going to check it every half hour just to make sure, you know, we're trying to get some of that liquid out of there. But you want it all incorporated into the meat. And in my case, the meat, the onions, the mustard, the mushrooms. It's going to be such a good burger. We love loose meat no matter how it's cooked. Now, Linda has one she's from PG Nanos. She has one that's so simple. And that's a staple in their home too. They use it, they cook that all the time. And Linda is my sis from a very far distance. You know, she's way across the map on me, you know, in the United States. But I'll put her link down below to the loose meat. I'm sure she won't care. Okay, and we'll be back in a little bit and see how this looks. So some of the juice, most of the juice came out, and I added just a little bit more water and a little bit more soy sauce. So adjust it to your liking. We like it a little salty flavor. And I didn't add any anchovy paste, and I wish I would have, but it's perfect. So we're going to just let some of that come out that I added in there, that liquid. It's not much, but it's enough for just our lunch here, so we're just going to make this a lunch. And I'll probably cook some fries with it. Alrighty. Okay, folks. Now our loose meat's done. I've already served everybody else for lunch. Now it's my turn. And I am going to put, you don't have to do this, but I'm going to put a piece of cheese on each. And probably a couple pickles. Probably 3 on each, because I like pickles. Well, there's an extra one. And then we're going to go ahead and put these on, or this meat on. And for loose meat, you kind of want to pile it a little high. Try to get it on the bun, though. Don't do what I'm doing. Well, you can do what I'm doing. I'm going to scrape it up. See how it's spilled over? We're going to get that on there. It's going to spill over once you eat it anyways. That meat is hot. And I like a lot of meat on it, because it's loose meat and mushroom. Okay, now I'm going to put some onion on it, because I like onion. You don't have to do the onion, remember. The onion is not necessary. I like a lot of onions, so the kids, they all put onions on there. I got one that doesn't like onions, but you know what? I'm just going to take this paper towel, because that's what I put the onions on, and I'm just going to pour it on there. And then we're going to put some mustard on it, because we like mustard. Do it the way you want it. If you want to put ketchup on there, so be it, or whatever. Some people do mayonnaise. It's all good. Everything's good with it. Okay. And then I'll be right back once I get my fries out. Actually, I think they're done. But we'll be back. Okay. And these fries, I cut a bunch of them up earlier. I put some seasoning on there. I did salt and pepper. I did seasoned salt. Well, I didn't add the salt. I added seasoning salt. A little bit of garlic, a little bit of onion, some paprika, and just a hint of turmeric. Trying to get my pan over there. There we go. All right, folks, there's our lunch. Quick, simple, easy. And what I did was fry them first, and then I took them out, let them set for a little bit, and then I baked them in the oven. They turned out great.
Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.